Hello, welcome back to Rybrook TV and welcome to a very exciting day because we have our hands on this, the brand new BMW iX. The BMW iX has been built from the ground up as a brand new all-electric SUV. It is available in Sport or M Sport trim. You can get the iX either as a 40 or 50. The 40 uses a 232 amp hour battery, which is good for a range of 254 miles and can be charged from 10% to 80% on a 150 kilowatt charger in 30 minutes and in around 11 hours on a 7 kilowatt charger. It can achieve the 0 to 62 mile an hour sprint in 6.1 seconds thanks to 326 horsepower and all-wheel drive. Prices for the 40 start at just under £70,000. Now, onto the 50. It uses a 303 amp hour battery, which gives a range of up to 377 miles. It can charge from 10% to 80% on a 200 kilowatt charger in around 30 minutes as well, and in 16 hours on a 7 kilowatt charger. The 50 can achieve the 0 to 62 sprint in just 4.6 seconds thanks to 523 horsepower and a positively huge 765 Newton meters of torque. Prices for the 50 start at just over £96,000. Anyway, enough of the stats, let's take a look at the iX in a bit more detail. We'll start our look at the design down the front end. Possibly the most controversial part of the car. We've still got kidney grills, but they're not quite grills. They're still in the same shape, still very large. However, they're blocked in because, of course, electric car, you don't need loads of cooling for the internal combustion engine. It's all blocked in and has this really cool triangular effect here. And something really cool as well with the iX is BMW have hidden the sensors for the cruise control and the adaptive radar and collision warning all within this grille, so it's a really clean, crisp design. They carry on down the bottom and almost float in the bumper. You get really thin, crisp LED lines at the front and some lovely, crisp lines that lead up through the bonnet up towards the window. The iX comes as standard with 20-inch alloys. These ones, let's rewind, these ones are 22s. However, to me, they don't look quite as big as they actually are because probably all this sort of area here. Moving along the side, it's a very crisp, clean design. There's not big air intakes here and vents or stuck on plastic bits. It's just very simplistic, very clean. These door handles, look at these door handles. They're electric, so you literally drop under here and they open. How cool is that? Pillarless doors the whole way round. And then we have iX designation here on the C-pillar. Now, I'll be completely honest, the rear end of this car is my favourite bit of it. I think it just works. The proportions are spot on and these lovely LED lights here, actually, I've got the key in my pocket, I want to show you something. So when you unlock the car, just watch this. How cool is this? Watch. Oh, look at that. How awesome is that? It's really soft, gorgeous light in here as well. Of course, there is no exhaust pipe down the back because electric. You do have these kind of diffusers on these bits here, and I can see why they've done that because otherwise it's just going to be a rather big, expansive bumper, isn't it? So yeah, so we've got some little diffusers on each of these little bits that stick out. I mean, it just looks cool, doesn't it? I also love the fact that they've hidden the reversing camera on the BMW badge. What about boot space? Now, you'd expect this to have very little boot space because it's electric. However, in here we've got a big usable 500 litres with the rear seats in place. Something else that's really, really cool that I hadn't noticed before is these. What are these? If you think about it, at night, if you've got the boot up, the lights are attached to this. So these are some extra lights so people can actually see that you're there and not crash into the back of you. An electronic folding tailgate is standard, obviously, because, well, in a car like this, without it. Let's go and have a look now at the interior because, well, just wait to see. Where the exterior of the iX
could be called controversial, I don't think anybody can argue with how gorgeous this interior is. I love the way it's all set out, all this minimalistic look with just the single really slim vent here, finished with this really lovely gold metal effect. We've got this amazing floating dual digital display running BMW's brand new operating system 8. Now, it can be quite confusing to look at when you first jump into the car, but believe me, after no time at all, it is so easy to use. However, the vast majority of people, myself included, will be linking their phone to the car. And in the iX, you have both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay as standard, and both can be linked completely wirelessly, so you don't have to have wires hanging all around the place. The driver's display directly in front of me is beautiful. The resolution on it is great. Some BMWs in the past haven't really had much customizability on there. However, the iX is completely different. You can change the layout, you can change what content's on there, and you can even mirror your Apple CarPlay maps from the screen there into the driver's display. Now, it's not currently available on Android Auto, but there will be an over-the-air update very, very soon to deal with that. I also love the fact that this area here feels like it's floating. You've got this really beautiful wood effect here with your controls that are almost integrated into it for the eDrive. It's so lovely. The gear selector is just a lovely little glass effect down here. This car actually has the crafted clarity glass effect on the memory seats and the electric seats and the eDrive controller and the volume controller. It really is beautiful. There are so many cool little features on this car as well that make it feel so futuristic. So simple things like the door. There's no physical handle. Instead, it's just a button to open it electronically. The sunroof is electrochromatic, and what that means is it can go from pretty much opaque to transparent with the touch of a button. The seats, these are the leather seats. However, you can get them completely vegan and use absolutely no animal products at all. The staining of the seats is all sustainable. It's done with naturally occurring oils. You've also got another cool feature, which is the interior camera. Now, I don't really know what that's for. Potentially, if the car's stolen, you can then go into that and see who did it. But you can also take selfies, as demonstrated here by some of the salespeople at Rybrook Shrewsbury. But all in all, the interior of this car is stunning. I absolutely love the amount of space that's in here. There's so much room in the back. It's such a lovely place to sit. Now, I could talk to you for hours about this car and all the amazing features that it has on it. However, if you want any more information, do please use the links in the description of this video to contact one of the sales guys at one of our Rybrook BMW retailers, or pop your question in the comments and we'll aim to answer those questions for you. So, what do I think about the exterior and interior design of the new BMW iX? Well, I'll put my cards on the table right now and say, when I first saw the picture of this, I didn't like it. However, now seeing it in the flesh, getting up close to it, touching it, having a look at everything, I think the exterior is a huge grower. I think it'll look brilliant. And the interior, you cannot argue with that interior. It's simply gorgeous. Now, thank you ever so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you're here for the next video, because I'm going to get behind the wheel of this car and let you guys know what it drives like. I'll see you then.